Nigerian Investment Development Master Plan. President Buhari seeks robust investment drive.
When we're able to facilitate exports, we'll be able to generate more foreign exchange.
Vice President Osinbajo advocates local government autonomy for sustainable development. Nigeria records another milestone, launches African first ever humanoid robots. Hello and thanks for joining us on the Network News. I'm Elizabeth Omori. Adiola Komi Akere joins us from the city of Lagos. Don't forget to start following this newscast live on our website nta.ng/live, NTA News Now on Twitter, as well as other social media platforms displayed on the screen. The Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission has been tasked to collaborate more effectively with critical stakeholders in charting a pragmatic course towards revamping and strengthening the nation's investment drive for sustainable economic growth. President Muhammadu Buhari threw the challenge after receiving a briefing from the Executive Secretary of the Commission on Nigeria's investment ecosystem. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
The Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission is not only the gateway to investment in Nigeria for foreign direct investors, but also Nigerian investors seeking to engage in value-added activities. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Saratu Umar, briefed President Muhammadu Buhari on the ongoing development of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Master Plan, soon to be launched by the country.
The NIPC is mandated to coordinate all investment promotion activities in the Nigerian economy. So to be able to do that, we're putting up the framework to have that coordination in a more strategic manner. As you know, we have the Africa Continental Free Trade Area in force. So the aim for us as a nation to ensure that we channel FDI to Nigeria so that we can facilitate import substitution, because when we facilitate import substitution, we will be able to conserve forex. And then also channel investments into the export sectors of the country, because when we're able to facilitate exports, we'll be able to generate more foreign exchange. And we all do know also there's a challenge with foreign exchange supply and everything. We believe once we do that, a play of import substitution and forex generation, it will also help the value of the naira and make life easier for Nigerians.
Discussions with the president, she explained, centered on the various blueprints, policies and initiatives developed in line with the National Development Plan to give effective services to investors for the establishment and operation of enterprises in Nigeria.
As you know, the president is the chief investment promoter of the nation, and he's willing within the time he's still here as president of Nigeria to do the best he can to ensure the country's investment drive is given a lot of traction. So I'm very encouraged and I've been giving a lot of energy now to continue what we're doing at the Commission that would help the investment promotion drive of Nigeria.
Saratu Umar, a technocrat, strategist, investment promotion expert, and export development specialist, was appointed Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission in July this year. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo is advocating speedy ratification of local government autonomy for sustainable development of Nigeria. He stated this at the 2022 Distinguished Annual Lecture of the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPS, Kuru, in the Andeyaba Yang reports.
Vice President Osinbajo, represented by the Minister of Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, spoke on subnational governance in Africa, rethinking new policies, frameworks and institutions. He emphasized the need to rethink political culture that views positions of governance at every level as a means to capture public resources. To get it right, he says, devolution of power will ensure local authorities possess full policy-making autonomy that will enable them develop and drive agenda for sustainable development.
We must therefore begin to reclaim the political space to make it reflect the higher values of service and excellence that have traditionally defined our societies.
Governor Simon Lalong, represented by his deputy and the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero, called for strengthening of governance at the local level.
We need to adopt an effective decentralization policy that properly positions the local governments as a key factor in our national development aspirations.
Earlier, the Director General NIPS, Professor Ayo Omotayo, restated the firm commitment of the Institute to drive national discourse towards profiling solutions to the challenges in the country. The 2022 Distinguished Annual Lecture is part of activities lined up for the graduation of the NIPS Senior Executive Course 44 in Jos, Indenyan, and Abuja. NTA News.
Ignorance of the law is not an excuse was the reminder the House of Representatives gave Nigerian Ajib Oil Company when it claimed ignorance of obligations in relation to the capital allowance, a form of tax relief enjoyed by companies on asset investments in Nigeria. The House is investigating billions of dollars of capital allowance illegally enjoyed by oil companies. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports.
Egypt Nigeria Limited is among the latest to appear before the House Ad Hoc Committee investigating non-compliance to financial obligations by oil companies operating in Nigeria under the joint venture businesses and production sharing contract with the Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited. The team from Egypt was informed by the committee that it got it wrong when it insisted that the company is not obligated to the provisions of the company's income tax.
Our interpretation is that CAFA is not actually applicable to our operation. We are governed principally by the Petroleum Profit Tax Act.
These laws were enacted by the National Assembly, and each law must be respected, except in a situation where that specific enactment has contradicted a section of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The lawmakers also asked Egypt to provide explanation on the payments it has been receiving over the years from the National Petroleum Investments and Management Services (NAPIMS).
$70 million since 2016 have been coming into your account instrumentally from NAPIMS.
Before the present government took over, the oil companies were owed several cash calls. Our own, if I remember well, was about $1 billion. Am I right?
The company was requested to provide documents on the contracts. The Federal Inland Revenue Service had issued a reminder to all companies on their tax obligations as provided in the Companies Income Tax Act. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
And the Federal Road Safety Corps wants the Joint Tax Board to complete all processes towards the issuance of the e-driver's license. This appeal was made by the Acting Corps Marshal Dauda Biu when the Acting Executive Secretary Joint Tax Board, Dr. Neka Esomeju, paid a courtesy visit to the Corps headquarters in Abuja. Oyeyemi Ajayi has more.
This meeting serves several purposes. Apart from deepening existing relationship and exploring better avenues for improved synergy and effective collaborations, of utmost importance is the quest to eliminate all traces of double taxation. The Joint Tax Board has therefore launched a single interstate sticker for haulage operators, which is to be issued at the point of departure, and the role of the FRSC here is to ensure enforcement.
Not a need tax. It's just that the states were doing it on their own before. Let's say you're traveling from Kaduna to Lagos. Each state would want to collect its tax. We are now making it easy for the motorists so that you pay just once at the beginning of your journey.
Of this e-license, what we produce, both at sports and ATP. So we want ATP also to expect action needs so that the register will have community
The FRC acting commercial, however, called on the JTB to admonish state boards of internal revenue to ensure the automation of their database so as to boost the national database. Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
Now to the oil and gas. 9 oil-producing states have received a total of 625.43 billion naira, 13% oil derivation, subsidy and Shore P refunds from the Federation account in the last 2 years, 2021 to 2022. The states that received the refunds dating from 1999 to 2021 are Abuja, Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Imo, Ondo and Rivers. Data obtained from the Federation Accounts Department, Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, show that a total of 477.2 billion naira was released to the 9 states as refund of the 13% derivation fund on withdrawal from excess crude account (ECA), without deducting derivation from 2004 to 2019, leaving an outstanding balance of 287.04 billion naira. The states also got 64.8 billion naira as refund of the 13% derivation fund on deductions made by NNPC without payment of derivation to oil-producing states from 1999 to December. The benefiting states have an outstanding balance of 860.59 billion naira windfall from the refunds which were approved by President Muhammadu Buhari. Abia State received 4.8 billion naira with outstanding sum of 2.8 billion. Akwa Ibom received 128 billion naira with outstanding sum of 77 billion naira, and Bayelsa with 92.2 billion naira, leaving an outstanding of 55 billion naira. Cross River State got a refund of 1.3 billion naira with a balance of 792 million naira. Delta State received 110 billion naira, leaving a balance of 66.2 billion naira. Edo State received 11.3 billion naira with a balance of 6.8 billion. Imo State 5.5 billion naira with an outstanding sum of 3.3 billion naira. Ondo State 19.4 billion naira with an outstanding sum of 11.7 billion naira, while Rivers was paid 103.6 billion naira with an outstanding balance of 62.3 billion naira. On the 13% derivation fund on deductions made by NNPC without payment of derivation, the 9 oil-producing states were paid in 3 installments this year, with the remaining 17 installments outstanding. Under this category, Abia State received 1.1 billion naira, Akwa Ibom 15 billion naira, Bayelsa 11.6 billion naira, Cross River 432 million naira, Delta 14.8 billion naira, Edo State 2.2 billion naira, Imo State 2.9 billion naira, Ondo State 3.7 billion naira, and Rivers 12.8 billion naira. Meanwhile, benefiting states shared 9.2 billion naira in 3 installments in April, August and November 2022 as refunds on the 13% derivation exchange rate differential on withdrawal from the ECA. The 3 largest benefiting states are Akwa Ibom with 1.6 billion naira, Delta 1.4 billion naira and Rivers 1.32 billion naira. Similarly, all the 9 states received 4.7 billion each, totaling 42.34 billion naira as refunds on withdrawals for subsidy and Shore P from 2009 to 2015. The refund, which is for all the states and local government councils, were paid on the 10th of November 2022. The Federation account also paid 3.52 billion naira each as refund to local government councils on withdrawals for subsidy and Shore P from 2009 to 2015 on the same date in November. President Muhammadu Buhari considers it a matter of honor and decency that debts owed to states or anyone, for that matter, be repaid. You're still watching the network news on NTA. Time to take a breather. More reports ahead. Do stay with us.
Glow wishes you a Merry Christmas.
The Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, PhD, FCIIS, FBCS, FNC, in collaboration with the Executive Governor of Oyo State, His Excellency Engineer Sheyi Makinde, welcomes you to the 10th regular meeting of the National Council on Communications and Digital Economy with the theme Digital Innovation and Entrepreneurship as a Panacea for Challenges to Sustainable Economic Development in Nigeria. Date Monday 5th to Friday 9th December 2022. Time 9 a.m. daily. Venue University of Ibadan. Conference Center, Ibadan, Oyo State. Announcer Dr. William Allo, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy. Announcer.
St. Murumba Old Boys Reunion 2022 from 2nd to 4th December 2022. First day, there will be a tour of the college by alumni and meeting with management. Second day, there will be a dinner night at Treasures Hotel, Crispan Hotel, Jonah Jangway, Refuge. Time 4 p.m. It will feature awards, inauguration of Elders Council, Endowment Fund. Third day, Thanksgiving at St. Murumba College, Jos. Reunion 2022 is under the distinguished chairmanship of Ms. Comclate Kankum, Principal Private Secretary to His Excellency Governor of Plateau State. Guest speaker, Professor Jeremiah Aboy Madaki, University of Jos. God bless you as you come.
Announcer, Barrister Tony Nzanagu, Chairman.
Nigeria, get ready. Industries, get ready. The die is cast and all is set for the first ever National Environmental Compliance Awards, NECA. Deserving facilities in different sectors will receive the award for their compliance with environmental regulations. These awards will be presented by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Date 6 December 2022. Venue, the Conference Center of the Presidential Villa. This event is powered by the National Environmental Standards and Regulation Enforcement Agency, NESRA, a parastatal of the Federal Ministry of Environment. Hashtag NESRA Award 2022. NESRA, ensuring a cleaner and healthier environment for all Nigerians.
The Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive, National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, Engineer Professor Mohammed Sani Haruna, cordially invites stakeholders, captains of industries, policymakers, and the general public to the official commissioning of President Muhammadu Buhari Technology and Innovation Complex. The commissioning is scheduled to hold as follows. Date Tuesday, 6 December 2022. Time 9 a.m. Venue NASENI Headquarters, through the train terminal road, Idu Industrial Area, Idu Karmo, Abuja. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. All invited guests are to be seated by 8 a.m. Announcer, Management, National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI. The management and staff of the National Universities Commission, NUC, invites our strategic partners, stakeholders, and the general public to the celebration of 60 years of the Commission's regulatory service to Nigerian university system. Highlight of the 60th anniversary celebration will include the launch of the new Core Curriculum Minimum Academic Standards (CCMAS) for academic programs in Nigerian universities, lectures and symposia on topical and contemporary issues on the tertiary education subsector, inauguration of the National Steering Committee on Transnational Education. Join us for these and a host of other activities on 5th and 6th December 2022 at Idris Abdul Qadir Auditorium, National Universities Commission Secretariat, Abuja. Time 10 a.m. prompt. Announcer Chris J. Meyaki, Deputy Executive Secretary, National Universities Commission and Chairman, Local Organizing Committee for Executive Secretary.
Thanks for staying with us. And still from the oil and gas industry, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority says respite is on the way for motorists in Abuja and its environs. Mejida Abdul Kadri, Regional Coordinator, NMDPRA Abuja, who visited Suleja Depot to interface with tanker drivers, assures that products tracking has been intensified to supply chain issues in the depot have been resolved. Leader Samson reports.
The recurring petrol queues in Abuja has no doubt been frustrating for motorists as it interferes with their daily pursuit of livelihood. As the motorists are lamenting, the regulatory authorities are also not at ease. The visit to Suleja Depot by Majida Abdul Kadir, Regional Coordinator, NMDPRA Abuja, proves it. She says it is a follow-up to a previous closed-door meeting to find common ground where some of the tanker drivers who threatened to down tools recanted and started loading and discharging the product.
From information gathered by the escorts of these trucks in their various stations, that trucks left as early as 9:30 in the morning. So these ones that you are seeing right now are trucks with issues. These products are readily available and we need them out in the station so that we can reduce the queues we have drastically.
Representatives of various groups at the depot gave their commitments to the accord.
I've dispatched all the trucks. You can see it. The timer is almost empty. It is only 5 or 7 trucks that have an issue. The one that has issue, maybe they will resolve the issue.
If things are smoothly going like this, the trucks are coming, because even today we have received a manifest from Pinnacle of some of the trucks that has been loaded, and which we always try to be monitoring them and see when they arrive safely.
The NMDPRA delegation also visited a petrol station that had a mishap while offloading petrol products. The team leader says they are optimistic that the engagements across the value chain will fast-track product loading and evacuation that will in turn ease congestions across petrol stations. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Let's talk technology. Nigeria has recorded another milestone in the digital technology ecosystem with the official launch of the first African humanoid robot. Chindima Ndobisi brings us up to speed.
The buzz was first created in Dubai at the October 2022 Gulf Information Technology Exhibition, GITEX, when the first African humanoid robot, created by a Nigerian, was theoretically introduced to the world. On Nigerian soil, the digital human named Omeife is officially unveiled. Powered by artificial intelligence, AI, with computer vision capabilities, Omeife possesses near-human resemblance and high intelligence. It can be deployed for security purposes in agriculture, banking, telecommunication industries, and service delivery organizations.
Don't expect perfection, because the more she learns, the better she becomes. We want to unveil a certain period of her. And so when she can work the working part of her, already in some other African countries, and when their language will be, their native vocabulary will be.
We want to see Omeife in our farms. It's like teaching people with directed nature to work with you to see how we can commercialize Omeife.
I understand that this digital human was fabricated with 100% indigenous materials and can interact in 8 African languages. Which African languages are you proficient in? What else can you do apart from interaction? Its service commercialization value within 3 years is projected at $10 billion. In Abuja, Chimdema Ndubisi, NTA News.
Away from digital technology, between August and November 2022, 262 2 babies were delivered by wives of repentant terrorists residing in the Hajj Rehabilitation Center in Maiduguri, Borno State. This development is contrary to a misleading report that there are forces in the camp imposing illegal birth control mechanism in the IDP camps and rehabilitation centers in the northeast. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa was among journalists on a fact-finding mission to the zone.
Northeast Nigeria, a region that had regular sound of guns for more than 10 years, is now gradually witnessing the beautiful ambience of nature, thanks to the efforts of the military and the Borno State government. In the last 16 months, more than 82,000 Boko Haram members and their families have accepted amnesty.
The
Borno State government has encouraged us to embrace peace. We realized the sincerity of his call. That is why we have dropped our arms, and I'm assuring you many more are on their way.
From forest to the city, here is their new home, the Hajj camp in Maiduguri, one of the 3 holding facilities established in 2021 to rehabilitate repentant terrorists.
We have so far reintegrated 3,500 low-risk and minors. Some of them were just 5 years when they were kidnapped and taken to the bush. And by the time they surrendered, some of them were 17, 18 years. Those are minors and low risk. They were reintegrated back to their society.
More than 14,000 ex-terrorists and their families are living here. 5,200 are women, while 5,170 are children. And the number is still growing. Hope rekindled, many regaining their smile after years of hopelessness.
This is part of the kind of psychological and economic support we are giving them. So it's a sustainable skills training we are giving them. And when they leave, those that have excel in a particular skill, we empower them to continue with that skill.
Here, the ex-fighters live in households with their wives and children.
I was 2 months pregnant. When I arrived here 6 months ago, I was accorded all the support. Just like other mothers, I had a safe delivery.
Between August and November 2022, 262 childbirths recorded in the health facility.
As far we are here in this clinic, we have never received any female that come to say that she want to remove her baby or any other abortion in the camp. We don't have this issue.
The war is gradually ending. Reorienting these children not to grow up with the sad memories of war is a shared responsibility. From the Hajj Camp Rehabilitation Center in Maiduguri, Borno State, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
To infrastructure, the Rivers State government has continued to give a facelift to deplorable roads in communities across the state, with the Bushimini Ring Road inaugurated by Benue State Governor Samuel Otom. Ogedi Nyakwe reports that 13 kilometers Rumudugo Road was also inaugurated.
Mbushimini Rumeme is one of the communities in Obia local government area. The community is of strategic importance as it plays host to some multinational companies. The newly inaugurated Dr. Nebo Graham Douglas Port Harcourt campus of the Nigerian Law School. But internal roads in this community are in deplorable state. Governor Wike commended the people of Rumeme for supporting his administration. That very soon, the state government will be employing 5,000 youths.
The point remains that we are happy with our people. For the past 3 weeks, we have been commissioning a project. From Monday, we'll start to flag off new projects.
The special guest, Governor Samuel Otom, extolled the sterling leadership qualities of Governor Wike.
So thank you very much for this giant stride that you have done in Rivers State.
The Mboshimini internal road is 6 kilometers long, while the ring road area is 2.1 kilometers. Governor Wike, in an emotion-laden voice, described the inauguration of Rumudugu 1 and 2 road as special. The 13-kilometer long Rumudugu 1 and 2 road has a width of 7.3 meters with drains. The road will not only make the communities accessible, but will improve their socio-economic lives. In Port Harcourt, Ogedinyekwere, NTA News.
A Glow subscriber in the ongoing Glow Festival of Joy promo in Abuja has won a 3-bedroom flat in boys' quarters. Charles Alpha reports that the house is the third one since the festival began.
Okori Chukwurube, 46, is a photographer who, until winning this 3-bedroom flat at a boys' quarter, lived in a single room in Karachi, Orosa Road. For a man who almost lost out of the promo after being called on his mobile phone 24 times, was lucky to answer the 25th and the last call. Ruben is now a landlord at the Standard Estate in Galadimawa.
Listen, I'm short of words, so I'm short of words because the way this is, they said I won myself a 3-bedroom flat. I say, me? How? From this small room to 3-bedroom, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I can't believe at that point. God will, I don't know what I will ask God to do for Glow, but Glow will never go bankrupt.
We're going to encourage other organizations and agencies to take a cue from Glow. If all of us are touching lives like this, there'll be less crime.
The 3-bedroom is one of the third one so far, and the regional manager of North Central Operations of Glow Communications sees it as a way of rewarding loyal subscribers with more prizes due to be won before the promo ends in January.
The promo is actually trying to empower them, just the way we've been doing year in, year out. But in this year, we are taking it a notch higher. By giving out the best and the biggest prize any telco I've ever given out, which is a brand new house. We appreciate their loyalty.
20 lucky subscribers are expected to emerge as landlords and landladies, and more winners of cars, generating sets, rechargeable fans, and sewing machines across the Federation. All that is required is dial *611# and recharge to qualify. In Abuja, Charles Alpha, NTA News.
And a new professional body that will oversee activities of individual broadcasters has inducted its first set of 300 members in Abuja. Chimdima Undubisi reports that the Association Society of Nigerian Broadcasters has been registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission since 1994.
That in my capacity as a member,
300 inductees to professionally practice the art and science of broadcasting. The new body of knowledge, Society of Nigerian Broadcasters, has a cutout role to wield the stick of compliance with broadcast ethical codes, values, principles and guidelines on only individual broadcast practitioners and not organizations.
The SMB therefore offers all of us broadcasters in Nigeria a platform that will put us on the same pedestal as the other professional bodies in this country.
We're still working very hard with the National Assembly to get the bill passed, and I believe before the end of this National Assembly we'll be able to achieve that.
Nigerian University will start offering this BSc broadcasting. That's me, majority. Anybody who is going to teach broadcasting must be a member.
Discussions centered on how to successfully manage broadcast operations in the face of emerging technologies, production of creative content, and credibility in an era of social media biases were identified as key components for sustainability.
Management is the difference between great and failed stations. Units, sections, and departments should be managed not by the DG, not by the executive director, but by the unit heads.
Well, the Nigerian Television Authority, as a trailblazer, topped the chart of inductees.
What that implies is we have already keyed into the society, because there's one society that sets standards for broadcasters. That I think is going to enhance our duties and our jobs, and professionalism will come to play.
In Abuja, Chimdima Undubisi, NTA News.
This is the network news on NTA. It's time to head to the city of aquatic splendor, Lagos, where Adeola is standing by. Hello, Adeola.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, says ongoing efforts by some unscrupulous elements to delegitimize 2023 general elections will not succeed if the media remains professional. He said this while addressing a one-day strategic interactive meeting with line editors in Lagos. Adeniyi Taiwo reports.
With less than 84 days to the conduct of the 2023 general elections, the time is rather short, while the stakes are high for the Independent National Electoral Commission in its pursuit of conducting a transparent election. For a commission that is working hard on many fronts to roll back the impact of serial attacks on its facilities, having to deal with fake news which are threatening to delegitimize the electoral process is one burden too many. To win on all fronts, the Commission sure needs the help of critical stakeholders, and for about 4 hours, INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu addressed this strategic interactive meeting with line editors as a way of further building solidarity against fake news and unwholesome campaigns.
Already there are signs of both positive and negative mobilization for the election. The perverse hate speech or incendiary statements or any form of violence must be seen to be apprehended and prosecuted as provided by law.
It was a no-holds-barred interaction as questions touching on the preparedness of the Commission were asked, while the INEC boss provided answers, all pointing to the fact that the Commission is focused on conducting a free and transparent election within the framework of the Electoral Act 2022. The meeting was also clear on the professional and ethical responsibility of the media in voter education and public enlightenment.
The court is saying that it is not compulsory for you to use those words that are insightful or to the amount of hate speech.
And the Commission will continue to assist in the training and retraining of the media on elections and election-related matters.
To enhance the knowledge of the media on technology innovation being brought to bear on the coming polls, a paper entitled Quest for Credibility, the Role of Beavers and IREF in the 2023 general elections was also delivered. In Lagos, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
It will no longer be business as usual for agrochemical dealers and their likes who abuse the use and handling of pesticides and agrochemicals. Annie Daniels reports that this was emphasized in Lagos by the Nigerian Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC) and Crop Life Africa at the presentation of certificates to trained agro-input dealers in Nigeria.
Presentation of certificates to agro-input dealers who participated in the just concluded training program. The training is an initiative of NAFDAC and Crop Life Africa, which is aimed at increasing knowledge on the safe handling and responsible use of pesticides and agrochemicals.
Our national agricultural extension services have collapsed, and therefore in the past these were the people who were closest to farmers and teaching them each step on how to do those things. But now that they are not there, the dealers, agrochemical dealers, are the ones who are now educating the rural population on the use.
We know that when you have pesticides in your system, it is hazardous. So, and pesticides can only get into us through residue. When you have residue on food, when there's an abuse of the product. I talked about the use of the crayfish, the use of chemicals on crayfish, and then unknown to people who are feeding on them, they actually take in these chemicals. And so we have issues whereby you have, it could be the acute effect or it could be the chronic effect.
1,020 persons from the southwest region of Nigeria have been trained. They are expected to interface with the end users of agrochemicals and pesticides, no matter their locations.
You know the age. There's age restriction. When a child comes asking for something, we don't sell. And then even adults, you tell them precisely how to use these things.
The program will be replicated in other parts of the country. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.nj/live and on our other verified social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. The network news will continue with Elizabeth in Abuja after this time out to stay.
My people, my name is Emeka. Meku scammers. Let me get all this people. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when we get bust, then my eye open. I don't know that 419 be. Now when EFCC grab them, now they come grab me too. Now he make me, they warn you, all of them when they do business like me, where they carry big money, when I go, sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. Look when I shine in my eye because the special control unit against money laundering, what they call SCRUMO, they don't want to say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect them. If it pass 10 million naira for company, no collect them. Can I go where? Bank. If you no do them like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen. Or they go suspend your license, or they go shut them down, pata for your hand. No talk say I no want you.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Major General Haldu Anthony Hanania, retired MNI, cordially invites the general public to the book presentation titled All Eyes on Me. Special guest of honor, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chairman of the occasion, Boss Mustafa, Esquire, CFR, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Chairlady of the occasion, Her Excellency Chief Mrs. Pauline Talin, OFR, Minister of Women Affairs. Book presenter, Engineer Dr. Abdul Kadir Aminu Mbamba, Walin Adamawa. Book reviewer, Professor Suleiman Dogoro. Date, Saturday, 3rd December 2022. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Venue, Shehu Musa Air Adua Memorial Center, number 1, Memorial Drive, Central Business District, Abuja. For details, contact 0706 676 0488. Announcer, Organizing Committee.
When we are asleep in the night, they are awake. When we are awake in the morning, they are still awake. In the bush, air, land and sea. Every time, anytime, everywhere. They are our security forces. In season and out of season, standing in there for you and I. Standing in there for our nation to keep Nigeria safe. Let us always support them. Let us pray for them. Let us help them to serve us better, to serve the nation better. Let us support the federal government of Nigeria. Together, we can weather the storm. For vital information, call
091 35 90 4467.
In my family, everybody wants more.
Mom, knowledge!
I just want more of anything that is good for my family. That is why I use Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix. It's thick and gives my meals an appealing red color. It helps me cook delicious meals. And what's more, it's enriched with vitamins and fiber that are good for the body. What more could a mother want?
Please give me more.
Mommy, I want
It's time you try Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix because it's enriched with vitamins and fiber. Tasty Tom, for tasty meals good for you. Available in convenient sachets that are easy to open and easy to store.
Growing up in a big family, there weren't always enough seats at the table. So we started eating on the floor so that we could enjoy our food and cokes together. To remind us that the most important part of any meal is being together.
In a third final in 20 years.
Briefly out of this road, now you can get a GoTV decoder, no tenor, and 1 month of GoTV Jolly for only 4,900 naira and enjoy all the show-stopping games live from Qatar on GoTV.
Glad to know you're still there. INEC has fixed Monday 12th of December 2022 to Sunday 2022 to Sunday, 22nd of January 2023 as the dates for the collection of permanent voter cards in all the 774 local government offices in the commission. The PVCs can also be collected at registration wards from Friday 6th to Sunday 15th of January 2023. A statement by INEC National Commissioner for Information Festus Okoye indicates that all eligible and valid registrants can collect their PVCs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, including Saturdays and Sundays. Similarly, all resident electoral commissioners have been directed to set up help desks to assist registrants with complaints about their PVCs or with the PVC collection procedure for immediate redress. Now, the Tinubu Shetima Independent Campaign Council says Nigerians should focus more on Tinubu's decades of unbroken records in the political landscape and stop dissipating energies on fictitious enterprise. This came to the fore at the inauguration of more committees ahead of grassroots mobilization for its presidential candidates. Abubakar Akwanga reports.
Tinubu's trailblazing records in Nigeria's politics and its unbroken network across the length and breadth of the country has continued to influence dynamism in the nation's democratic journey. And the two committees of finance and fundraising, policy and strategy are leveraging on the strength of Tinubu and Shetima to gain traction in delivering their national assignment ahead of 2023 elections.
Tinubu has foresight, Tinubu is intelligent, Tinubu is educated, Tinubu is committed.
We take into consideration all these positives, and then harmonize it into deliverable messages and programs, to present, to Nigerians.
All the other committees that had been inaugurated will be properly funded. The activities of ICC in all the states of the Federation will be properly funded, knowing fully well that we are poised towards winning this election with the presence of prominent Nigerians.
The leadership of the committees during their inaugurations say trading falsehoods and launching campaign of aid can only make Tinubu more popular and marketable to millions of Nigerians who believed in transformational leadership. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
Still on electoral campaigns, the Atiku Kowa Presidential Campaign Organization has urged the National Security Advisor General Babagana Mongunu to further reassure Nigerians in the battle against political thuggery by intervening to ensure that those who allegedly attacked its rallies in Kaduna, Borno and Gombe are brought to justice. The campaign spokesperson Kola Olobodinyo in a statement commended the NSA for his stance against state governors as well as intolerant politicians who engage in mobilizing thugs to attack campaigns of rival political parties, as witnessed in the alleged attack of the PDP presidential campaign rallies in Kaduna, Borno and Gombe states. The Atiku Okowa campaign emphasized that bringing those who attacked their rallies in Kaduna, Borno and Gombe to book will reassure Nigerians and serve as a very strong deterrent to perpetrators of electoral violence and their sponsors. The national leadership of Labour Party has nullified the suspension of the Director General of the Presidential Campaign Council, Doyin Okupe, by the Ogun State chapter of the party. National Secretary of the party, Umar Farouk Ibrahim, described the decision of the Ogun State Executive as a gross violation of the party's constitutional provisions for disciplinary action against members. He said Doyin Okupe remains a card-carrying member of the party and Director General of the Presidential Campaign Council with a renewed determination to win the presidential election.
No any complaint has been written by the state chapter on his ward to the local government, to even the state, to indict any of the member. So we're not aware of what is going on. But we are telling you categorically that the national headquarters of the party is not aware of what they are doing. They are doing it on their own, and we are going to set up a committee. The NWC will sit down, set a committee, and then appropriate disciplinary action will be taken against the perpetrators in the state ESCO.
The party also raised concerns about the incessant attacks on its members across the states, with particular reference to the killing of its women leader in southern Kaduna.
In Ebonyi State, one of our candidates was apprehended, locked up, and in Edo State, our posters, billboards have been staggered, have been vandalized.
Away from electoral matters, the capital market has been very busy lately, and Musa is here to fill us in on the latest market trends.
Thank you, Elizabeth. The Minister of Finance says the federal government has improved the quality and transparency of the budget process, resulting in Nigeria moving up 24 places in the Global Budget Transparency Index. This is while giving account of the ministry's achievement in Abuja. She explained that the ministry also coordinates and aligns the operations of banking and financial institutions by establishing financial relations between the federal, state, and local governments.
Yes, we also were able to optimize fiscal incentives to boost productivity in critical selected sectors, specifically agriculture, solid minerals, and manufacturing. And also we're able to put in place a process for monthly reconciliation of revenues from the 1,700 ministries, departments, and agencies. This process was not in place before, so now we're able to track the revenues and reconcile the remittances to the bank, and we have been able to really almost eliminate the incidences of non-remittances to the Federation. And by the way, let me also say that the government-owned enterprises' performance and revenues has also really grown in several folds.
Oil futures slipped by about $1 a barrel in choppy trading on Friday, ahead of a meeting of the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies on Sunday, and EU ban on Russian crude on Monday. CNBC reports that Brent crude futures were down 1.1% at $85.87 per barrel. US West Texas Intermediate crude futures fell 77 cents or 0.9% to $80.47 per barrel. Investors gained 271.26 billion naira as equities market closed in positive territory. The all-share index advanced by 1.04% to close at 48,154.65 basis point. A total turnover of 159.8 million securities valued at 5.04 billion naira were traded in 3,080 deals. Equity capitalization increased to 26.2 trillion naira. FBN Holdings, MTN, and FCMB were the most traded stocks in terms of volume. Now the news continues with Elizabeth after the break.
It's joy to the world.
Oh yeah, it's that time of year again.
FRCN, NTA, and Voice of Nigeria's Service of 9 Lessons and Carols ushers us into the joyous mood of Christmas.
With beautiful renditions from different choirs that will lift our spirits.
Theme, Fear Not.
Venue, National Christian Center, Abuja.
Date, 4th December 2022.
Time, 3 p.m.
Message giver, His Eminence, Most Reverend Daniel Oko, President, Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN.
Special guest of honor, His Excellency, Professor Yemi Oshibajo, GCON, Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Hosts, Directors General, FRCN, NTA, and Voice of Nigeria.
Chief host, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, Minister of Information and Culture.
FRCN, NTA, and Voice of Nigeria Service of 9 Lessons and Carols, supported by Christian Association of Nigeria.
Come worship with us as we celebrate Christ, the newborn King.
Be there.
This is the moment we've been waiting. It's Time to rise up, do it again. Africa, do your dance now. Boy, do your winning dance now. So we never lose it again. Africa rise up, yes we gon' rise up. Africa rise up, Africa rise up, yes we gon' rise up. Africa rise up.
Next is sports updates.